Welcome back everybody to World of Tanks Xbox 360 edition. My name as always is Maxwell, and today I'm bringing you a little bit of play from the Hetzer. So I decided to pick this thing up. It's a tier 4 tank destroyer for the Germans, because I mean I am going to want some tank destroyers, and I was toying with the idea of going down the British line just for the absolute troll armour that the AT series gets. But I mean, once you get past the AT2, things start having big enough guns to be able to penetrate your weak spots consistently, so can be a little bit risky. So I decided to go down the Germans just for the alpha damage, because everybody likes to see those giant alpha numbers pop up. Hetzer's no different, gets a bit of a derp cannon, although for it being a derp cannon, for its tier, it still has pretty good penetration. I make a bit of a mistake here and I load AP rounds. Luckily the first target that I see is an Elector, so I'm able just to take him out in one shot there. As you see, just one shot, one kill. This thing with the derp cannon's absolutely crazy. And I mean, I've gone kind of all out with this thing as well. I think I've already accrued enough XP to unlock the Stug 3 with it, but as you can see, I've loaded the camo net and the binocular telescopes on there. Other telescopic binoculars, whatever you want to call it, or whatever it's actually called. And because obviously the binoculars give you a 25% increased view range, and the camo net gives you increased camouflage, which just means that you can be a real terror. I did have another game in this. I was toying with the idea of showing you that one. It was Hetzer on Malinovka, but to be honest, it's like a 10 and a bit minute game, and for the first 8 minutes I don't really do anything. But then I play a bit strategic, backing off. Wow, that Elector just went full YOLO there. And they got taken out in short order. So I was toying with the idea of showing you that one, but to be honest, for 8 minutes, nothing really much happens in the game. And then, I think that was just a random shot. I don't think that was targeted at me. And then for the last 2 to 4 minutes, the action kind of kicks off. I pick up a bunch of kills, and then I get taken out, but then my allies are able to win the game, which was a surprise to me. So finding Matilda here, if I hadn't had AP rounds loaded, I would have done some damage to him. So like I said, that was just a mistake on my part, not loading the right ammunition. But I've used all of the AP ammo now, so only got the high explosive left. So from now on, we're going to do damage regardless, because obviously that HE ammo, if you've got a large enough caliber gun and the enemy's armor isn't just absolutely indestructible compared to the size of your weapon, you're going to do some guaranteed damage regardless of whether you penetrate or not. You take a couple of AP rounds just for situations like you saw earlier, that Elector, if you can penetrate. If you've got the little bit extra penetration and you can penetrate, then you're going to do some significant damage. But to be honest, the HE rounds for the Hetzer, the penetration tends to be, of the HE, tends to be pretty close to the penetration of the AP. Now I make a bit of a mistake there. I shoot that building out the way. If I hadn't done that, I probably could have got a shot on him right there. But decided to shoot the building out the way. But I was still able to get a hit on him in the end and take him out. So that was the only guy who was capping the base, and as you can see, I'm really, really well camouflaged in behind behind all of these bushes here. Going to try and aim for his lower plate there, but I know with the arc of HE rounds, I'm not going to hit his lower plate, because HE rounds arc up and then drop down again, which is why with the second shot I don't really bother aiming at his lower plate, just because I know that shell is going to arc up into the air, then it's going to come back down. It's going to hit his top of his tank or his upper plate anyway, so I might as well just aim for the upper plate originally and then hope that possibly the shell is going to land on the very top of his tank where the armor is the weakest. So I think that's the third kill now I've gotten in this game, so done pretty good so far. We are getting a base capture underway now. At this point in the game, I thought we were a lot more ahead than we were, because we've just been wrecking fools on this flank here. I thought, oh yeah, we're doing really good. And I take a quick look at the scoreboard there and realise that we're actually all even at 12 kills to 12. So I'm starting to get a little bit worried now. This T-40 crests the hill and starts trying to decap the base. I get a good chunk of damage on him, but he backs off. And as you saw there, our other Hetzer actually manages to track him and take his track out and then pick up the kill on that one. So that was some really good bit of luck, because if that T-40 had been able to get back behind the ridge, he would have been a menace because of the distance he is away. But as it was, our Hetzer was able to track him and do some really good work there. M3 Lee turns up, but he's just going to be no match. Just take him out, no problem whatsoever. And I know that that last tank there is going to be their Matilda. So I'm going to take some cover behind these rocks. He's charging in because our medium tank is capping the base, and he's particularly slow, so he's got to get all the way past us to be able to decap. But as it is, our other Hetzer's got the smaller cannon with the faster reload, and he's just able to put consistent shots through his side armor and take him out. And that was the victory. So that's a little bit of play from the Hetzer. I'm really enjoying this tank, so may bring you some more videos if I manage to get some monster kill games. But I think the next tank destroyer I'm going to be showcasing is the Stug 3, which is, again, Stug 3 is pretty damn good tank destroyer, so be prepared for that one. Not a bad round, as you see. I think I come second in damage and XP there. Our M3 Lee having a monster game there, actually, but Hetzer's all about the big hits. So, second game is going to be on Westfield, and I think this one is from the Panzer IV. Still really liking the Panzer IV. I think I'm really liking it because I haven't quite unlocked the VK3601 yet. Proving, well, I've got enough XP to unlock the VK3601. The problem is the first package to buy on the 3601 is almost as expensive as unlocking the tank itself. So unlocking the tank from the Panzer IV is 27k XP. Just trying to sneak around this Churchill who's decided not to give up ground. So yeah, the unlocking the tank itself is about 27,000 XP. Whereas the first package is about 25,500 XP. So it's really... I don't want... Because the first... Buying the stock 3601, yeah, it's still a pretty good tank, but it has the same gun that the Panzer IV has. And stepping up a tier, that thing can see tier 8 battles. And with a gun with 110 penetration in a tier 8 battle, I really don't want to do that. No idea how I hit that M5 Stuart. There's no way I should have hit that. Luckily, my shot lands second, and I pick up the kill on that one. So yeah, there's no way I'd want to be going into tier 6 to 8 battles with this gun. It just will not perform that well. You saw the other day the How to Scout video when I was in a tier 7 battle with this gun. It was... I mean, it did alright. It picked up a decent amount of damage, but it didn't perform fantastically. Just having a quick check of the map. One of these guys here is actually just making a horrendous amount of noise. Obviously, because I've got the in-game sound turned down, you won't hear that too much. But just decided to mute him because he's been an asshat. Sometimes I'm tempted to get off on the mic and just say, fucking turn your sound down. But decide just muting him is probably the more mature thing to do. Not quite able to find a shot on their artillery here, which is a shame. But I do see a Churchill 1 presenting all of his side armour. So I'm going to try and get a shot on him. Miss, though. But there's a Panzer II-G here. Much softer target. And he's been tracked out in the open. And his engine's been damaged or destroyed. So he's going nowhere. Nowhere quickly. So able to take him out. But yeah, so what I'm basically doing is saving up the free XP so that I can unlock the Cornish, which is the gun that you really want to use on the 3601. A lot of people go with the long 88 just for the alpha damage, but to be honest, you should probably pick the Cornish instead. It only does 160 average damage as opposed to 200 and some, but it has a lot higher penetration and a lot higher rate of fire. It's able to kick out a much better DPM, which is damage per minute, than the long 88 is. And with the penetration, when you come into a tier 8 battle, when you've got the Cornish, you don't really have to worry, because I think its average pen is about 167. Just going to try and take on this Stug here, but he's quite a distance away, so the shot's not really landing. But he's taken out in the end anyway. Find a ram too, and because he's a distance away, going to have to really lead him and try and predict where he's going. I don't think I'm leading him quite enough. As you see, the shot just lands short there, and I was doing no good at predicting where he was going to be. He stops and then he reverses just as I fire, which is how you want to play as a medium tank. You don't want to stand still for too long, so what I do is aim at his drive wheel there, take his tracks out, and I should just be able to pound him down now. Fire another shot here at his drive wheel just to keep him tracked, and that one lands, as you see, pretty much exactly where I'm aiming, so I know that one's got him. That one should have hit as well, just because you can't see any damage to the ground. He's firing randomly at where he's seeing the tracers coming from, which is exactly what I'm going to be doing now, because then it should land just below his turret. I know I haven't been spotted, but he's doing what a good tanker should do, which is just fire at where you see the tracers coming from. And then that leaves 4. That just leaves 2 of their heavy tanks and their artillery. And then we're just going to basically go and find them, corral them, and then mop them up. Because we've only lost 4 tanks. We're winning this one 12-3. This one has just been an absolute stomp, to be honest. Just having a little prediction shot there in case he tries to flee forwards. But not quite quick enough. Just underestimating where it was on the battlefield he was going to be there. So they've got a T1 Heavy and a Churchill on the other side of this viaduct. So I'm going to head through here, try and get some damage through their side. Now we're just trying to decide which of the archways I want to peek through. Just having a quick little look. The Churchill's not looking this direction, so I'm probably going to get some damage on him, except I see that the T1 Heavy also not looking this way, and because he's got that giant flat side plate, it'll be much easier to get damage on him. Both of them looking behind them now, so I want to poke out just enough to hit the Churchill one, so that the T1 Heavy can't return fire. Still able to put consistent damage onto this Churchill Mark 1, and I'm going to try and get one through his turret there, but unfortunately not quite able to do it. And then I think he gets taken out by someone else. Yep, there we go. So that's going to be it for this game. It was pretty much a stomp for us. We won 15-4. A lot of guys having some pretty damn good games here. But I think that's probably going to be the last of the videos from the Panzer IV. I should be able to afford the Cornish on the 3601 very, very soon. So I'll be purchasing that tank soon. So expect some videos from the 3601. And when you learn the nuances of the 3601, it's an absolutely brilliant, brilliant vehicle. So, onto the scoreboard. As you can see, I did double the damage of my nearest ally there, and picking up almost 1,000 base XP and 1,600 damage there. Only got 2 kills and 2 detections, but like I've said, in World of Tanks, everything is based on damage done. There's no such thing as kill stealing. So as you can see, huge amount of damage means huge amount of base XP. So, hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, leave me a like or favourite and stick a comment in the comment section below letting me know exactly what you thought. And if you're not already, then please consider hitting that subscribe button for more content from World of Tanks 360 and PC version and tutorials in the future. I have been Maxwell, this has been World of Tanks Xbox 360 edition, and I will catch you guys next time.